am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys another episode of my fantasy sports podcast. Tonight we got another good slate of MLB games. There is an opposite situation tonight as there was last night. Last night had a lot of high totals, a lot of good bats, and not a lot of pitching. Tonight, quite the opposite. We have a lot of low totals and a ton of good pitching. I'm actually not even going to mention any pitchers in this video because I already have an article posted on my website, center in front, right on the homepage. Just take a look at that. There's a few pitchers I mentioned in that. Couple cash, couple GPP guys should really get you in the right direction for pitching tonight. I'm only going to strictly mention bats tonight. I'm going to mention a team I love tonight to stack, and we're just going to move right on with our days and hopefully get into the green tonight. Last night my cash team scored 167 points with Maeda getting hurt early on in the game. That team easily could have scored over 200 points if he stayed healthy and pitched an average game. But we ended up winning because of the bats. The Giants, Posey, and Longoria definitely helped us out. And again, I'm not going to mention the Coors Field game tonight just because you got to try to get a couple guys from that game in your lineup. We all know that's the best hitting park in the MLB. But there's a lot of elevated salaries in that. I think Posey's still pretty cheap. You just gotta pick your poison in that game, where to spend lower, where to spend higher, and try to nail it down, kind of like I did last night. But today, a guy I'm looking at is Zach Cozart leading off for the Angels tonight against Mike Fiers. He's only 3,100. He's in a great spot tonight. The Angels are projected to score a bunch of runs. If you can fit Trout into your lineup too, definitely pair the two. They should be able to do some damage on the top of that Angels lineup. I see him getting 4, maybe even 5 at-bats tonight against Fiers. The Angels should be getting on base a bunch. Fiers can be pretty wild. He could walk a few guys, and he gives up a lot of hits. So expect the Angels to be rotating through that lineup tonight, and expect Cozart to get his fair share of at-bats. I do like him tonight leading off for the Angels. And then a lot of good value and a lot of the offensive attention goes towards the later games tonight, the 10 o'clocks. I really like the Dodgers tonight. They have a good matchup against Zach Eflin. They're heavy favorites. And I really like Bellinger and Grandal. I like both of these guys. Bellinger more so. He should be, he's probably going to be pretty owned, but he could be way higher owned, but he is in a little bit of a slump. Should keep his ownership fairly down. But he's just got too good of a matchup against Zach Eflin. Lefty-righty, 3,300, very fair price. Bellinger should be hitting either cleanup or fifth in this lineup. Dodgers are pretty heavy favorites. I certainly don't mind spending 3,300 on Cody Bellinger tonight. Another guy I'm going to throw at you guys is a guy on Minnesota you should keep an eye on, Max Kepler, 3,300. I expect him to probably be batting second tonight. Righty-lefty matchup. The Twins are expected to score a bunch of runs off of Brad Keller tonight. And 3,300, just like Bellinger, pretty fair price for a pretty decent hitter. I don't mind him tonight. The Twins are in a decent spot. But my favorite team in favorite position tonight are the Seattle Mariners against Matt Moore. Not only do I love James Paxton a bunch, I do have him written in my article, but I love the bats so much. I just can't tell you guys how good of value and how good of a spot all these righty Seattle Mariner bats are in. Matt Moore is a pretty bad pitcher on the Rangers. They all have great lefty-righty matchups, starting with Mitch Haniger. He should be batting third tonight for the Mariners. Matt Moore has just been super bad, super shitty, and I expect him to continue that. The Mariners are one of the hottest teams in baseball, like I mentioned in yesterday's podcast. And 3,500 is a very fair price for Haniger. He's posting some pretty serious numbers so far this year. 277 average, 11 homers, and 39 RBIs. Nelson Cruz is in even a better spot. Only 3,200. He went deep last night, 2 for 4. He's in another fantastic spot tonight. I probably am going to make, it's not even a bold prediction, it's just a prediction. I think he's going to be the highest owned player on this slate tonight at 3,200. He's just an absolute no-brainer in cash and GPP games. You got to pick Nelson Cruz. One last guy I'm going to throw at you guys is another guy on the Mariners, Gene Segura. All these good righty Mariners bats are 3,500 and under tonight. Just way too cheap against Matt Moore. Segura is batting .330 on the year. He has a great display of power and he can steal bases. I mean, he's going to be right up there with Nelson Cruz for ownership. If you don't have both of these guys in your lineup, you're already putting yourself at a huge disadvantage before the first pitch even happens tonight. So my biggest advice to you tonight is to pick Gene Segura and Nelson Cruz. I really can't specify that anymore. Look at Segura's game log. He's 10 for his last 17. He's on an absolute heater. I mean, you got to pick these Mariners bats. If I make a late night slate lineup as well on my blog, I will definitely be picking Mariners as well on that slate. That's going to do it for the baseball talk. I will have golf posted tonight as well on my website. So just make sure you got some Guru credits in. You can view some baseball and golf lineups for tonight. I'll have the golf lineups on later tonight after baseball locks because I'm just spending all my attention on baseball right now. And I'm also doing a giveaway I forgot to mention. If you guys retweet my last tweet, you can have a chance to win 100 Guru credits. Just go on my Twitter and retweet that, and you'll be entered into that drawing pool. I hope this video helps you guys. Until next time, I'm the FD Guru, and I am signing off.